How does interest rates and inflation work? Subscribe. Universal Tutor. Interest rates and inflation are interconnected economic concepts that play a crucial role in shaping a country's economy. Let's explore how they work and their relationship. Interest rates. Interest rates represent the cost of borrowing money or the return on invested funds. They are determined by central banks, financial institutions, and the supply and demand for funds in the economy. The central bank's monetary policy, particularly its control over the money supply, influences interest rates. Central bank role. Central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the U.S., set the benchmark interest rate known as the policy rate. This rate influences the overall interest rate environment in the economy. Monetary policy. When the central bank wants to stimulate economic activity, it may lower interest rates. Lower rates encourage borrowing and spending, which can boost consumption and investment. Borrowing and saving. Individuals, businesses, and governments borrow money for various purposes, such as buying homes, investing in projects, or funding public expenditures. Lower interest rates make borrowing more attractive and can encourage spending and investment. Conversely, higher interest rates can discourage borrowing and encourage saving. Investment. Businesses often borrow to fund expansion, research, and development. Lower interest rates can make it more affordable for businesses to borrow, leading to increased investment and economic growth. Consumer spending. Lower interest rates can reduce the cost of borrowing for consumers, leading to increased spending on items like homes, cars, and other goods. Inflation. Inflation refers to the general increase in prices of goods and services over time. It erodes the purchasing power of money and affects both consumers and businesses. Demand pull inflation. This occurs when demand for goods and services exceeds supply. When consumers have more money to spend, they bid up the prices of goods, leading to higher inflation. Cost push inflation. This occurs when the cost of production for goods and services increases. Factors like rising wages, raw material costs, or supply chain disruptions can contribute to cost push inflation. Central bank response. Central banks aim to keep inflation within a target range. They use monetary policy tools to manage inflation. If inflation is rising too rapidly, central banks might raise interest rates to cool down economic activity and reduce spending. Relationship between interest rates and inflation. The relationship between interest rates and inflation is complex and often referred to as the Phillips curve. In the short term, lower interest rates can stimulate economic activity and potentially lead to higher demand and inflation. Conversely, higher interest rates can cool down an overheating economy and help control inflation. However, in the long term, the relationship is not linear. Factors beyond interest rates, such as supply shocks and structural changes, can also influence inflation. Additionally, central banks consider a range of economic indicators beyond just inflation when setting interest rates. Overall, interest rates and inflation are interconnected in a dynamic way, and their management is a key aspect of a central bank's monetary policy to ensure stable economic conditions. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.